What is up, crawler fans, RC enthusiasts, and social media surfers? I'm your boy Josh with Texoma RC, and today we are checking out the EVOlite Slayer. We're going to look at this little guy over here, little freaking baddie. So last night I pulled the front bands here to clear a 6-inch ledge. I'll show that off now. All right, we got 8 inches overall total length of the rig. We got 6-inch blocks, dude. Holy crap. Save you the time. We got up there. It wasn't very hard, but you can go see this video on Instagram or Facebook, dude. Oh my gosh, just trying to show you if you haven't seen, dude. We pull the bands for this reason. Nasty, bro. It's so savage, dude. 142 millimeters. Freaking baddie. Normally, we would be running our bands something like this. On this one, we have a single band running up to here and then back down. It's one of the big ones. And then on this, I have the tiny little ones on the shocks. So these are two different banding methods, and that's how we were running it. But in order to clear the ledge, we had to let it go. So then I wanted to see what it would do, put it on the range, and it's still freaking amazing. Obviously, it's not quite as stable, but we're gonna go ahead and take him for a run, dude. The way that he is, dude, set up, we're gonna take him for a run, see what it does, and we may or may not go ahead and put the bands back on before the end of the video. Let's check him out. All right, here we go, little guy on the freaking rocks, dude. Happy Thanksgiving. Man, I hope you guys are doing good. Let us go see this guy on the range. Now, I was freaking blown away at how well this little guy did without the shocks. When you start to go wider with bigger tires and longer, it's not always necessarily helpful. So, but on this guy, we got away with it. Again, you could potentially get away with it on the other ones. It's just we set it up to run at low. That's the way I've been running. And, you know, to get absolute the most, that's what we need to do. But by backing off just a little bit, simply removing the front bands, you know, we gain a ton of front clearance. We obviously can clear 90-degree ledges, as you saw, no exaggerations, and basically kill it, dude. This side hill is absolutely savage.
Let's go.
These tires may not be the absolute best for side hilling and, you know, sheer grip, but they're freaking fun to drive. I probably would not run them on a normal like Slayer type build, but it's super fun, and I've been thinking about different bodies and stuff, and this thing these things just look awesome. So anyways, there you go. There's those. Oh, by the way, we are running scale face rattlers. I want to say something else, but they are scale face rattlers. They have a 40 millimeter insert versus the 44 millimeter insert that was in the rattlers. So it's a little bit smaller. These are 60 millimeter tires, so obviously you see they're working freaking awesome. We have 50 grams of tungsten in the front wheels and 28 grams of tungsten in the rear wheels. So basically Trixie weight minus the 6 grams in the front. We certainly could go up there, but we're at 64% already to the front. I don't know that going to 65 would be great, especially if we took the you know, especially without the front bands. It's already wanting to go over itself. The front is already really heavy. If anything, we could put those 6 grams in the rear, bring us back to 63% or something like that, and probably be a little bit better. I don't know how that would make us do, because we're going to put more tension, more pressure on the rear tires, which may even hurt us more on our incline, but it should help us on our decline a little bit. So the technical, or the thing with that, as you see, is just to keep it slow, keep the tires engaged, and these things, these are what I have termed slip to lug. You know, I love slip to grip tires, like pin tires and things like that, meaning that they just spin until they grab, right? And there's nothing that stops them. Well, this is a spin to lug. So if you just look, it goes ruh, ruh. And so there's not like a normal lug, like the lug to lug, that makes it chatter really bad. You can see that it does chatter when you spin the tires, but if you slow it down, you watch them and it goes ruh, ruh, and it will grab and go forward. You'll see it coming up here when we do actually slow it down. So we're just playing around here, just trying to flex it out, trying to do nasty things, just showing off what it can do without the bands on the front. It's absolutely freaking killing it, dude. And if you had any idea of the freaking ground clearance that it has, I mean, just showing it off, dude, it's absolutely savage, bro. Crazy. My guy. And that we could still pull the freaking side hills is amazing, bro. It just blows in my mind. So the biggest thing in the difference, we'll talk about the difference, I guess, when the other one comes up. Let's just keep rolling with this. We do shoot and show off a little bit of the bands in the second part of the video. So anyways, watch this coming across. I missed the hook, so that lower tire knee, if I could get it, could have gotten it into that groove, we could have made this, but it's not in there, and it's going to continue to push, and we're not going to get it. So if I could have gotten the hook in that top groove, we could have pulled that trick. I did it the other day, and it was absolutely awesome, dude. Went all the way across there. So all this stuff I'm kind of more like running through. You know, I've been thinking about it, dude. If you had this stuff on a table, there's so much like perfectness you could go through on different ways on like the little range here. That's why I love the little guys, dude. There's just so much little stuff that you can do that's just freaking awesome. You know, if anything, I love my big boys, the big baddies, and you know, they have like the most flair. They're like, you know, people are like, oh my gosh, that's the best. Well, to me, this little guy is probably the biggest flex on what he can do. You know, he's just amazing, bro. Just absolutely amazeballs, bro. I love driving this guy. I can't wait to do more rock blocks. By the way, the blocks that you saw and clear, those are what we're going to do for rock blocks. Instead of trying to use wood, instead of trying to do something that somebody has to modify and chop or whatever, add Velcro.
That's
dude,
where the shocks hurt.
hear this, dude. I bought 6 bricks, and the total was $420, dude. It was freaking awesome, dude. The cashier was like, oh, look at that. And she put out nucks like for the dap up, you know. I was like, hell yeah, dude, that's rad. So here's what I was talking about here. You can watch the little slip to lug. I kind of missed it, but the little slip to lug there was what I was talking about. You can see it go, ruh, 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 and it just finally grabs and the lugs hold on, dude. Just keep it slow. Don't over tension them, dude, and the thing just freaking eats. Oh my gosh, it's badass. I love this thing. So I have another set of tires. Right now I'm calling the V-Pins. They're sold by multiple brands on Amazon. I just bought 8 sets. Why would I have bought 8 sets of tires? Well, I want to make cutting shots out of them because I think they, when I drove it, it was the best freaking tire setup I ever drove. It's a 60, so obviously that's pretty small. And I want them to be at 65 and 72. So we're going to try and make some cutting shots. And if they're dope, then I'll see about ordering a whole bunch more so that we can do that and offer them to people. So obviously cutting shots are going to be extra tire and extra work, so they're going to come at a premium cost, but they should be a freaking premium tire. Got a whole lot of things in the works. We're not going to talk about it too much, but I do freaking love the flub, the slime balls on the 40 millimeter insert. You can do exactly what I'm doing right now. These are V4 slime balls on my 40 millimeter insert. How did I do that? Well, you just cut the inner ring out, all the inner fins on the inner ring. So you just run the outer 2 rings with the 1 set of fins. And that's exactly what I'm running here. And that is exactly what I am talking to Flub about making for my wheels. So we're going to start at these slime balls. We don't have too many details. I got to finalize everything with them. But I did draw up the new insert. We're going to lose a little bit of weight in these guys. But they can hold up to 60 grams already, which is too much. And then they'll be adding the flub freaking ring around and an extra freaking goo, dude. They'll be heavy enough, bro. We'll have plenty of weight. Plenty of weight. We should at least still be able to hit the 50. It might be maxed out at that point and not have the volume or a little bit of air gap at the top, but we should still be able to hit it. Not that you have to run that heavy, but that's just what we do. Freaking A, bro. So we're trying the big boy line here. This is a super duper hard line. You have to get up high enough and then hook to the left is the idea. I just got thrown off to the side. No way, no guy. So we're gonna back up. Try it again, dude. Trying to get up. So we're again, what we're trying to do is get high enough so we can get the hook with the left side and pull up and wrap around across the tire bite. But we just cannot get it up there, dude. It's fighting us. It's just not wanting to do it. That's one of the things with these shocks out. You can see it's just wanting to kind of push off the hill a little bit. Makes us a little less stable when we go vertical. Is really the biggest thing that I noticed. It did the side hills. Maybe not the best. Maybe they had to go a little slower. but it was when you stood it up, especially going down, you had to be very, very careful. But also being, you know, with the legs out, with the arms stretched out, you know, it just makes it a little bit less stable. So if you are on more chunk and things like that, not like flat planar, you know, like verticals and side hills and things like that, then you probably could get away with no bands. We might even try with just a slight spring mod in the front or something like that. Definitely want to run stiff springs. Maybe I'm not running stiff springs. Maybe that's what I need to do, is try to go to stiff springs and see what he does. Ooh. Stay tuned, guy, because he freaking killed it like this. So if we went to stiff springs, maybe it would be the answer.
Let's go.
The rear end definitely could go with a little bit of stiffness, I think. It's a little bit soft, but those are already stiff springs, and you see we're already maxed out on our freaking adjustable shock collar. It's not quite maxed out, I don't think, but it's close, dude. It's freaking close. Looks like the left one was pretty much maxed out.
Make it down the undercut.
So there you go, dude. Watch the descent. Maybe we can't do it hella slow, but he can friggin' make it, dude. Wow. Look at him. Little guy go, bro. Love this thing, dude. I promise you. I promise you. It is a lot harder to drive on the ground. You definitely want to take it slow. You definitely want to get in close to see what he's doing, to see him work. But if you're on a table, bro, oh my gosh, this guy should be so much fun. I cannot wait, like I said, to do table crawling, to really get something set up. I've been wanting to do that. We'll get something set up. I don't need anything crazy. I just need a freaking flat, planar surface so that we can just put down a few blocks. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the 6 rock blocks. I got to see if I'm going to break a few or not. I want to see if I can break them uniformly. So if I can't break them in a relatively easy fashion to be the same, be something that I want that we can duplicate, then we're just gonna find a way to use them square or break them half. I don't know. We'll figure something else out, dude. I really don't want to cut them. You know, just using a grinding wheel and would cut them and things like that. I'm trying to do it with no freaking tools. You should just be able to score that hoe and hit it with a hammer, dude, and break. So. Anyways, we'll figure it out. We will, maybe if anybody's a mason in the deal, tell us what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Holler at your boy, dude, and you'll go, hey, yeah, you put a freaking, you drag, yeah, shit. You know what I'm saying? Ka! Rock broke. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it works. You know, I've watched the masons on the job site, dude. And that's how they did it, bro. And so I think I could do it. You know, might take a few breaks until we get it, but once we get it, dude, they're only freaking 58 to 68 cents a piece. You know what I'm saying? $4.20 for 6 was a freaking boner deal. You know what I'm saying? Heck yeah. See, okay, so if you can't notice already, we should look incredibly more stable. Again, these tires may not be the absolute best for that crazy side hill and stuff like that. They do kind of push a little bit, but they are super duper awesome. I love these tires, dude. I love the way they work. I love the way they look. Badass, for sure. And I thought I was going to get it. I got carried away. I turned a little too early, and we lost it again. Oh, my gosh, dude. We should be able to exit over the top of that. Definitely, if we swap to the V-pins that we were running, we can walk all over all this stuff. We did all of it, dude. Just that thing. These things are savage tires, dude. So good. I have not driven. We switched to 14% or 11% underdrive on this guy, and really helped him out. So I normally, so what had happened was, Rob and the guys up in Michigan, they were running. He said he put it in and he really liked it. So right here, I kicked my rear end. So my rear end needs to be kicked out. I kicked it out too much. Dadgummit.
Too much.
So. Anyway, so back to the story. We're gonna go ahead and turn around here. Anyways, I told Rob, or Rob told me that, you know, he's like, dude, you got to try it. So I went ahead, I tried it. I tried 11% underdrive in the rear from Mofo. It's like a 2x18, and then I don't know what the other is. Anyways, but it's 11% underdrive, and on the 57s and the other ones, at least with the big tires, I didn't like it, right? I felt like I had all the control, everything. I felt like I was only thing it did was brake traction. It didn't even help me turn better, you know, is the way I felt. Just felt like it was braking traction the whole time. And maybe if I drove it longer, I'd get used to it, but it was just like the car was doing everything I wanted. I wasn't missing anything, and all of a sudden the car didn't do what I wanted to do anymore. And so I was not happy with it. And that was the case. I drove it on the 57 and the 77, 75, whatever it is. Got to get it measured again. When you change things so many times, dude, the lengths don't always stay the same. So, anyways, we got to get that double checked. It's around there, 75-ish, 77-ish. Anyways, I didn't like the underdrive on those rigs. So, anyways, this guy felt like he wanted to do freaking wheelies. He felt like the rear end was just wanting to just drive right through the front end. It just really, it felt like it needed more turn in front, you know, like it just really wanted to push the front tires. It's not that the front tires didn't have grip or something. They were getting outdriven, outgripped and outdriven by the rear end. So going to the 11% underdrive has just been absolutely awesome. Mofo should have a 7% underdrive. I don't think, I may have one. That might be in something though. I got to find out where that gear went. Pretty sure I had one. But that might be the answer, just to go 7% under in the rear. So I'm going to say somewhere in between those. This thing is absolutely killing it. I did love it. I'm not saying that that it's really too much. It's just I'm not used to running so much, and it usually is better with less. So maybe 7 would be better. Come on, dude. Come on. So what I'm trying to do is a trick. I want to go back across to the screen to the right, would be the rig driver side, is what I'm trying to do. I did it actually without the shocks, and I did a nice little freaking floater, dude. It was double floater on both sides, balancing between the two front driver and rear passenger, dude. It was so dope. Dude, I can't believe how dope it is without the front shock bands, bro. You know, it just was absolutely crazy. And believe me, I've run all kind of shock banding options and no bands and all whatever. And just for whatever reason, this guy absolutely killed it. I will be going to the other rigs and double checking to see how they do without shock bands. We may be offering a new setup without bands. It's freaking A. It does kill it. The bands definitely keep it under control and are helpful. But it seems to eat it up, dude. Especially with the weight in the tires. No extra body weight, just freaking savage. So I gave a little bit of too much wiggle down right here and did not set myself up for the next part of the obstacle. That was my bad. But I was only focused on the belly, and then I realized that I was out of position, and then we tried to correct it, and then we did it too much, and then
come on, dude.
This is what happened. So he's trying to hang on, dude. Again, the Swamper's just not quite gripping sidewall. You know, they're holding on, dude. They're doing awesome, but they push just that much. So I wonder if taking one of the center lugs out, like I do on my scramblers, and so one out of every other pair, back and forth, right? So there's a pair of them together, and then there would be a pair of the center lugs. There would be a pair of the lugs with one missing, and then there would be a pair of the lugs together, and then on the alternate side, there would be one missing, right? And you would just do that all the way around, and it just allows for the center of the tire to move a little bit better. It flexes and moves better, and it also allows the tire to have something to bite on in the middle, instead of just the tread being smooth. And then also on your side hill, it opens up just other pockets for it to grab on your side hill. So in my opinion, every time I've done it on a set of tires, it has only ever helped. So we'll have to probably do that. So, but we've been running them. Obviously, we ran them the way they came with the big side lugs. They did well, but the big side lugs cause it to break traction a whole lot more often. So anyways, we chop those off. The tires do a whole lot better. And then we, you know, that would be the next stage. We got to see how they do. We wanted to run them, and then we will let you know how they do. We'll go ahead and cut the centers out of them. And they're probably going to be a freaking phenomenal tire at that point, my guess. So we'll see about that. We will see. Stay tuned. Dude, there's so many. See the slip to grip? See him? Look at the slip to grip, dude. I'm just going up. Just missed the line just a little bit. It helps to get off to the left. On the last one, I'd already had my rear end stepped, and I came up. I was kind of twisting of it differently. But normally you would get just a little farther away from the camera, a little farther to the left, and it would go up. So there you have it, dude. And with the bands, obviously, we still can make this nasty ass ledge Dude, look at him go, dude. Too easy. He's too easy. But look at how much easier he makes this. Before, I had to use a pretty good trigger pull to make it down through there. It wasn't savage, but it was definitely a skill trigger pull. You had to come down through there or else he will flip over. And that was just a little bit of trigger right there. Just a little trigger. You could make it if you did it perfectly without the trigger, but just a little trigger pull on the trigger and he's coming down that easily. Definitely more stable in this situation with the control, but at the same time, the more control can stack up angle and cause you to flip, you know, sometimes even faster. So it's one of those things that you have to learn how to drive your rig, learn what you want, and set it up accordingly to your driving skills and what you're looking for in the rig. So I demonstrated that. It'll do what you want. That's going to be the battery, dude. That's going to do it. I think my servo beast, I think something was just wrong with it from the factory. I don't know, it didn't move so free in the one direction, and then now if you try to move it, it really messes it up. And then you could hear it at different times and see it at different times in the video that you know, is kind of catching up. You could see it little twitches or whatever, and I think it was just really draining on the battery, you know, because it was just like fighting itself basically. So anyways, there we go, dude. This thing is absolutely freaking phenomenal. Really liking these DJ Crawler tires. These are running V4 flubs on these scale faces. Freaking awesome, dude. I absolutely love this. I am talking to Flub. We are going to get these worked out, I think. Stay tuned on that early deal. So freaking happy Thanksgiving, dude. I sure do appreciate all of you, and thank you for watching as always. If you have not already, dude, please freaking subscribe, like, comment, share these videos. Come be a part of the Facebook community. We got so much stuff to show off, dude. Already made. We just got to show it off. Holy smokes. Anyways, I sure appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. And you know what to do. Rip till you flip.